What's up, y'all? Just wanted to do a quick video on how I have my in-ear monitoring system set up at my church. A few years ago, I did a video on how I had like a homemade rigged system where I was just using a few Behringer small mixers and some DI boxes and a bunch of cables, and how I had everything rigged up for an in-ear monitoring system. A couple of years ago, I decided to switch over to Powerplay, the Behringer system for inner monitoring, and I think somebody on YouTube saw that I had that now, and they asked how I had it set up. So I wanted to do a quick video on that. So here we go. I am still using in my rack. I still have this Behringer 1202 as my main mixer that runs to the house. So I have my keys, loop stems, have the organ running through here, and that's all going to the house. Below that, I got the Behringer P16i, which is basically the brains of the in-ear monitoring system. That has the 16 separate channels that you can control separately, and then you can run 6 different monitor mixes from there through the Ethernet cables. So I have one here at the keys, one at the drums, one at the bass, one at the organ. Below that, I have this Behringer MX882, and it's basically just a rack mixer. And I'm using this for my loops because I use a few different sources for loops, but I wanted to keep them all on the same channel. So this has 4 XLR inputs, and then the last 2 are 1/4 inch, and it combines them down into a left-right output. So I use one of those outs to run to my main mixer that goes to the house. And then I use the second output to run to the P16i that runs to the monitor mixes. And then below that, I have this Tascam US 1800, which I'm using for the drum mics. So looking at one of the P16 amps here that I have at the keys, on the first channel, we have the loop. And like I said, I'm using the MX882, which is combining a few different sources that I use for the loop, but it keeps them all on the same channel. So down here on the last 2 channels, I just got this, got an aux cable run to that. So it's a Y cable split, left, right. And I mostly use that just here, like I said, the aux cable for my MacBook. That's what I use most of the time for running loops. And whenever I have to play organ and I still want to run loops, I got a DI box down there by the organ, and it runs into here on this channel. And like I said, when I'm playing organ, I just use this interface down there, and I plug in a DI box, and it runs here to this mixer, but it keeps it on the same loop channel. So it's still the same here, and it's still the same here running to the house. And in certain situations, when I run on stems, I'm using the track rig from Loop Community, and I run my stems out of Logic. So this has 8 separate outputs, so I can split that up any way I want to. I got the first channel going to loop. So that's this channel right here, the loop coming from the track rig. Still coming to the MX882, so that still keeps it on the same loop channel in both places, here on the mix going to the house and here on the P16M. And then on the track rig, I have the stems separated out to that. So one of those, let's say channel 3 runs here to this mixer that goes to the house, and then channel 4 runs to the P16i, which has I have stems on channel 10 here. And then for the cues and the click, I have that in channel 5 and 6 in the track rig, and those just run directly to the P16i. So those don't have to run to the house. They just come to our monitor mixes here, and they're on 11 and 12. So you see, those are separated out, and just so you can see, the click here, and also the cues are there too. So moving on, channel 3, the talkback. That's for the keys talkback here. I don't have a mic right now, but yeah, the talkback, just XLR cable running here into the my main mixer, and I have it muted so it doesn't go to the house. And I use the insert off of this, and that runs to the P69. And same for a talkback down at the organ. So we use that mic mostly for vocals, for singing. But whenever I'm playing and I'm not singing, which is all the time, I just mute it in the house, and it's split, so it runs to the house and it splits and runs here to my mixer. So I just have it muted in both places so I can use it as a talkback, and it's on channel 13 here. And then the house, that's just a 1/4-inch cable running from one of the outputs from the main house mixer. I just run it to the P69. That's in channel 4. The mics. So for the lead mic, the pulpit mic, these are just Shure BLX L4, and each one of them has 2 outputs. It has the XLR, and the XLR runs to the main house mixer. Then it has a 1/4-inch out, and I'll run that 1/4-inch to the P69 so we can separate that out. And they each have their own channel here. And then the choir mics are these Vocal Pros. And this has an XLR output which runs to the house. And then on that channel, I use an insert, the 1/4-inch insert, and I run that back here to the P69 so we can hear those separately on channel 7. And then the organ is just a mic behind the Leslie that I run here to my main mix, and it runs to the house. But I also use the insert channel from it to run to the P69 so we can hear it separately. It's on channel 8. The bass, just running the direct output from the bass head. It's just an XLR cable that runs into a 1/4-inch, so it runs directly to the P69 on channel 9. I already explained the stems, cues, and the click, and the organ talkback. Then I got 14 is open, and then the drum mics, like I said, the Tascam US 1800. I'm just using a left-right out from there to run, so we can hear the drums. I just put that in recently just to see if it'll work. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.